You know, there are two sides to the personal finance equation. There's the income side and the outgo side. We spend a lot of our time on this show talking about the outgo side and talking about getting out of debt and living on a plan and going to everydollar.com and getting your budget set up. And we spend a lot of time on that. Do you ever spend much time thinking about where your income comes from? You ever think about why you make an income? Why you make the income you make? Rabbi Daniel Lapin wrote a wonderful book called Thou Shall Prosper. It's such a wonderful book that I agreed to write the foreword to it when it was reissued. He spoke last week with our leadership summit in San Diego. And one of the things he reminded me of, and I've heard him say this before, but he reminded me that your income is in direct proportion over the long haul, not on the short range, but over the long haul, your income is in direct proportion to the service that you render people and people together called society. And it's, you know, admittedly, it's what people are willing to pay for, in other words. Some people say, well, I can't believe, a teacher, they render a better service to society than a football player, and yet a football player makes millions and a teacher doesn't. I'm not talking about the philosophical service. I'm talking about what the service that people are willing to pay for. And you exist within that fixed universe being other people are making marketplace decisions. Is Peyton Manning a better person than your fourth grade teacher? No. Is he inherently as a human being worth more than she is? No. But more people are willing to pay to see him do what he does than they are your fourth grade teacher. That's the fact, Jack. Whether you agree with it or not, philosophically, doesn't really matter. And so, whether you like Bill Gates or not, he's helped a whole lot of people. Billions. And made billions doing it, by the way. But our world is completely changed because of Bill Gates. You really can't argue that. The personal computer, Outlook, Explorer, Windows, changed our world. It really did. Now, you can argue maybe you don't like him personally. Maybe you don't like this or that. Maybe you're an Apple person. You're not a Microsoft person. Maybe you don't believe this or that, or you heard he did something nasty or mean, or you don't agree with his pricing structure. You can argue about all of that, but at the end of the day, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The reason Bill Gates is one of the wealthiest people on the planet is he's helped the most people on the planet of anybody walking around. He helped more people than Mother Teresa did. Because he literally has caused billions of people to have a different life. Literally, billions of people have a different life because of him. Now, Mother Teresa is wonderful, obviously. She's a saint. Obviously, we can all aspire to being more like her. And Rabbi talked about this last week, and it's kind of shocking when you put Bill Gates and Mother Teresa in the same sentence. It kind of makes you go, say, what? But what I'm talking about is economic facts, because our economy is a capitalistic economy, and people that serve more people make more money. Now, sometimes they serve them in ways we don't agree with. I'll give you an example. Online pornography generates more revenue than all professional sports put together in America, including NASCAR. Now, obviously, I think that's trash, filth, nastiness. Maybe not obviously, but now that I've said it, it's obvious. It's obvious to me, and it tears down families, and it messes up marriages, and it screws up men's brains, and takes advantage of women and degrades women, turns them into objects. You can do a whole deal on online pornography and how horrible it is, and it is all of those things. But at the end of the day, enough people are willing to pay for it, for whatever sick reasons, that it generates more money than online sports. So it's not necessarily that it's a good thing, and not necessarily that it's a thing you agree with, but at the end of the day, it's things people are willing to pay for. They're willing to pay a computer programmer these days as much as some doctors make. These days. And so, what people will fork over money for and what they consider themselves being served in, they're willing to pay $1,000 for one bottle of wine and won't pay $10 for another bottle. Well, it all tastes the same to me. Well, you wouldn't be one of the ones willing to pay for that then. But somebody is, because they're selling them for $1,000. And so that is the world in which you live. Whether you philosophically agree with it or not, toughies. The income that you make is in direct proportion to the number of people that you serve in some way. And if you add scale to it, you'll make more money. Very simplistic thing, and I think it's a good thing, obviously, and I hope you do. When I sold 10 financial peace books, I helped 10 people, and I made $1 a piece on them, maybe. Maybe more, maybe less, but something like that. I made $10, right? But after I sold 5 million of them, if I made $1 a piece, I made $5 million. But 5 million people got helped. So I should have gotten paid more. And so it's kind of disturbing, and it's and I really want to help some of you that are out there, or at least friends of some of you, that you think you have a right to make money because you always got a trophy when you played sports growing up. You're not entitled to anything. Everybody gets a trophy is destroying this generation's perception of creating value. You have to go into the marketplace and create value that someone wants. The marketplace is having a conversation with you. And so if you have minimal skills and minimal character, you're going to make minimum wage. Oh, well, I can deal with that. You're probably not even worth that. You want to make more money? Make more, get more skills. You want to make more money? Find a way to serve and help more people and do it with more scale. That's where money comes from. That's where your income comes from. You do not deserve anything. You don't deserve squat. I don't deserve squat. I'm going to get what I earn. And so are you. I don't care if you march in the street or not. It isn't going to matter. You're still going to get paid what the marketplace will pay you for what you do. Maybe you need to rethink that. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.